Going to pay a little tribute to her. She was a very special part of every single one of our lives, and then at the end of that we'll have a little song. But before that, here are some of the highlights of Gracie's days on safari with us. We have not been idle while you have been away from us, everybody. Oh no. Now, during the Christmas period, I was drawn and sent a very kind picture by Gracie, aged 8 in Ohio. And Gracie, of course, received a Safari Barbie for Christmas. Jamie is a representative of Safari Barbie out here, of course. And she wanted, I think she made mention of a Safari Ken, if there is such a thing. And Gracie, I hope you're watching today, because while I was at Buffelshoek Dam, looking for animals, of which there were none, you'll be pleased to know that I found Safari Ken. There he is. You'll see that he has got 2 arms. He has 2 legs, he has hair. Viam said he looks a little bit like Donald Trump, but I think that's a bit unfair. Viam's contribution to Safari Ken was his hair. He has 2 eyes. One of them is about to pop out. He has a nose, obviously a very smiley face because he's on safari. One hand, he's obviously right-handed. You can see the right arm is slightly stronger than the left arm, and he's probably been driving a car with his right hand out of the car. That's why that's darker than that one. And so this is Safari Ken, Gracie. I hope you like him.
It's there. There it is behind the mother. Is that it? Could it be? Oh my goodness. Look, it's still fuzzy. It is. Oh goodness, look at its wobbly legs. Oh, I don't believe it. I can't believe we've actually seen it. Hi, baby. Gracie, I have to tell you a secret. While I was watching that baby elephant, I was really, really hoping that you were able to watch this afternoon. Really hoping. So it's put a huge smile on my face to hear that 9-year-old Gracie, who is one of her favorite animals, is an elephant, that her heart is bursting with love for that little baby. And Gracie, you don't have to thank me. It's an absolute pleasure. I'm so glad that you could share it with us.
Hello, Gracie, aged 9. You say, don't be in a yucky mood about this bird, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're absolutely right, Gracie, especially not on your birthday. And I'm glad. I hope you've had a good birthday drive. I think we've had some wonderful things for you. Elephants and lions and lion cubs and Inkanyeni the leopard, and fork-tailed drongos, and a tawny eagle, not a Wahlberg's eagle.
Welcome, Gracie, and very, very happy to finally be having the tea party with you. I didn't bring the right muffins. We've got biscuits instead. They are very tasty biscuits. They're called tennis biscuits. And I don't know if you get them in America, but we love them here in South Africa. I did plan to bring some delicious vanilla muffins that I was going to put some of my homemade marula jam on, but it turns out that James and Brian found the muffins that I'd hidden in the fridge for you. I'd hidden them behind a watermelon, and James and Brian found them, but they didn't know that it was for our tea party, so we can't be angry with them. But it's quite funny that they ate our muffins and they didn't know that they were ours. Because it's very hot today, Gracie, I've made a nice cold delicious chocolate milk drink, so I'm going to fill your glass up now. Very good. Look at how high we are. I don't know if you can hear it creaking. It's so good.
Now what you can see from that clip, of course, is that Gracie brought us at least, if not more, joy than we ever gave her. So thank you very much for that, Gracie, and we're going to say cheers to you with your favourite chocolate milk, bottoms up. Now, each of us has got a little memory to share, and I'm going to hand over to Jamie to share hers.
I think one of my favorite memories of Gracie was when she asked us to ask Brian, who of course at one point was in an actual circus, to please tell the circus to send through some water so that the hippos could have some and the elephants could drink some. And I always felt it was unbelievably touching that no matter what she was going through, she had that incredible selfless, caring nature. And as James said, she touched a lot of lives.
So unfortunately, Gracie, I didn't get to know you too well before you passed on, but I did find a poem that I'd like to read to you, and it's called God Saw You Getting Tired by Francis and Kathleen Kilo. God saw you getting tired, and a cure was not to be. So he wrapped his arms around you and whispered, "Come to me." With tearful eyes, we watched you, and we saw you pass away. And although we loved you dearly, we could not make you stay. A golden heart stopped beating when he gave you rest. God's garden must be beautiful. He only takes the best.
Very fitting. Now, I think my favorite Gracie story was the first baby wildebeest seen last year, and it was right next to the Djuma Pan, and we've been going through that incredible dry period, and so all the animals were really, especially the buffalo bulls, were just sitting in that pan, and the baby wildebeest got a bit confused and saw a big dark thing there. And so it went up to this buffalo bull, sort of thinking it might be another friendly animal or friendly wildebeest. And this buffalo bull head-butted it about 5 meters. And this thing was 6 hours old. And it just was sort of, luckily at that age, malleable bones, it sort of just bounced back up. Meh. Didn't really know what was going. And Gracie came through. That buffalo needs a timeout. So that was my favorite. But yes, very, very, very special young lady, Gracie.
So what you can see is that none of us have a sad story to share at all about her, and I think every single one of us, every time the name came through on the microphone or on the earpiece, said Gracie, aged 9. It was 8 for a long time, obviously. Gracie, aged 9, would like to know something. My face used to light up. I watched clips of Jamie's face lighting up. I watched clips of Brent's and Taylor's faces lighting up, because the questions were clever. They were often comments born of great poignancy and of somebody with a huge amount of depth of empathy. And that's my sort of general memory of Gracie. And I know all the cameramen share in wishing her family and anybody who loved her, especially from SafariLive, of course, our best and most profound condolences. Now, obviously, I should sing her a little song, and I was going to sing a Zulu song called Osiyeza, which means we are coming, and it's about the crossing that the Zulu people believe you make to the land of your ancestors when you die, and it's a very good song. But I thought it was a bit miserable for Gracie, and of course, one of the great songs of Africa is that one, "The Lion Sleeps Tonight," and I thought we'd do a new verse, and the new verse goes like this. You can all sing along. Oh dear.
Don't you start.
Yeah, then we're all gone.
It goes like this. It goes, I'll just say the words first and then I'll try and sing them without being a total fool about it. It goes, in the blue sky, the peaceful blue sky, a new star shines tonight. And anybody in the background there, perhaps Brian, you'd like to lend your voice to this? In the blue sky, the peaceful blue sky, a new star shines tonight. In the blue sky, the peaceful blue sky, a new star shines tonight. Goodbye, Gracie. We'll see you on the other side. We'll just keep doing it again. Another chorus of the verse.